Test, test. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Southeastern Youth Fair. This is the 2026 edition of our Swine Show. We will be having our Showmanship contest this morning. We are ready to bring out our first heat. These are our seniors. We'll have 7 heats today. In Heat 1, Peyton Johnson of the North Marion High Junior FFA. Addison Murdoch with Prime Cuts 4-H. Braden Ernest with the Bellevue High FFA. Jefferson Wyatt Carter with Prime Cuts 4-H. Madeline Lippincott with the Forest High FFA. Autumn Bowles showing with Vanguard High FFA. Angie Lambert showing with North Marion High. Gracie Bowman showing with North Marion High. Bella Hopkirk with Forest High FFA. Abby Beck with North Marion Junior FFA. Gianna Lorenzo with the Trinity Catholic FFA. Addison Torres with the Bellevue High FFA. Peyton Pejovic with the Bellevue High FFA. Madison Vandergriff with the Bellevue High FFA. And Emma Blackburn also showing with Bellevue FFA. This is our first of 7 heats. We want to say thanks to our judge here today, Mr. John Hines from Sydney, Ohio. He's a graduate of Ohio State, where he received a bachelor's degree in animal science. He served there as both a meat and a livestock evaluator on their teams there. Also has served as an assistant coach of the livestock evaluation team. He is an account manager with Vaxnova, working with swine producers across the Midwestern United States. Judged several shows throughout the nation. Also operates his own show pig operation there in Southwest Ohio. Judge John Hines. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for being here with us today. We appreciate the time that you're going to spend with our exhibitors.
Well, good morning. It's a pleasure to travel down here to Ocala from Ohio, and pleased to start off with Showmanship here this morning. And I believe we got about 7 heats as senior, and we'll end up whittling this down to a final heat and then picking a top 6 in this particular division. And went ahead and picked off 2 individuals in this particular heat that I think cover a lot of the basics that I look for from a showmanship standpoint. These 2 young ladies have presence. They come out of the gate hard, get a good drive out of their animal. They're up-headed coming out of the gate, do a good job of using the ring in its totality, giving me those different viewpoints and angles as they parade their hog out here in front of me from a showmanship perspective, staying on the right side of their animal and obviously maintain some eye contact with me as a judge. There are a few other individuals in this class I just want to give kind of some honorable mentions to. A young lady there on the far side with her York Guild I thought did a very, very good job and was very memorable coming right out of the gate. Young lady, you just get a little too distant from time to time for me. I'd like you to see more in kind of that 12 to 15 foot peripheral as me and the judge driving out here, and you just got a little too distant from time to time. Other lady there with the calico gilt right here in the center portion of the ring, thought she was very, very close as well. Just again, maybe has a partner that's a little more stop and go out here on this particular surface today and just didn't get as consistent of a drive as what those 2 young ladies that caught pins in this class did. Other individuals, including the young lady here with the belted bearer coming out of the ring next here, I thought was very, very close as well. Just again, kind of like the young lady with the Yorkshire gilt, just got a little too far out of my peripheral vision from time to time throughout this drive. Again, very, very good class of showmen. A lot of kids out here working hard. If you could put your hands together for them as they exit. Like I said, these 2 young ladies here in the holding pin will exit as well. They caught the heats or caught the pins in this particular class. They'll be coming back for a final drive. Again, very good first class of senior showmen.
Our judge has picked 2 entries to come back for this senior show-off. This is Bella Hobkirk with Forest High FFA and Addison Torres with the Bellevue High FFA. We'll stage these 2 exhibitors while we prepare to bring out our second heat here in this senior showmanship contest. In this next heat, we've got Laney Roberts with the Forest High FFA. Reagan Winterbauer with the Vanguard High FFA. Camden Douglas with the Vanguard High FFA. Also representing Vanguard, Kenley Baker. Kaylee Bowles, Vanguard as well. Lauren Murphy with Trinity Catholic. Brody Schofield also showing with Trinity Catholic. Kate Viverito with Dunellen 4-H. Emma Steinmetz with the Vanguard High FFA. Molly Grubb with Vanguard High FFA. Azaria Baptiste with the Vanguard High FFA. Grace Pietenbrink with Trinity Catholic FFA. Emmanuel Sandoval with Trinity Catholic. Also showing with Trinity Catholic, Reagan Gerald. Emma Blackburn representing Bellevue High FFA. Garrett Morse representing Dunellen High FFA. And Riley Delk showing with Vanguard High FFA. This is our second senior heat. We're always grateful for our different school leaders who are here with us throughout the week. I appreciate Ms. Carol Sells, principal of the Fort McCoy Schools, being here with us. Thank you, Principal Sells. Also, Jason Jacobs with the Lake Weir High principal there. We appreciate so much you as well. Ms. Colleen Wade, Vanguard High principal. Thank you, Ms. Wade, for being here with us today. We are grateful for the partnerships that we have with the Marion County Public School System. Appreciate the Marion County Sheriff's Office for the many volunteer hours that they give to the Southeastern Youth Fair, the City of Ocala, the Ocala Police Department, our Marion County firefighters, all of our first responders for being here this week. Let's give all of those folks a round of applause. This couldn't happen without their assistance. We are grateful for them.
Another very good class of senior showmen out here. And again, pinned off two young ladies that, again, I thought kind of separated themselves from their contemporaries out here showing today. Just the most correct and most fluid in terms of their presence. Again, being memorable, coming right out of the gate, keeping that hog mobile and going at the time, using the ring, again, in its totality, but from the same standpoint, making sure to stay in my peripheral vision as the judge out here and giving me those different viewpoints and angles as opposed to maybe just driving their hog from a profile view standpoint is really what allows them to catch a pin in this class. Again, there's a few other individuals out here that I think are certainly honorable mentions. A young lady there in the middle of the ring with kind of her blue masked bearer here in front of me I thought was very, very close to catching a pin. Young lady, your partner, again, just gets a little more stop and go from time to time. There's times where I see you out here driving and he's just kind of stopped. Would just like to see him kind of go and motor at a more continuous pace, but I thought you were very, very close as well. As the young lady right here in front of me, the predominantly white bearer right here. I thought you were very, very close as well, young lady. You do a good job of staying in my peripheral vision. Good job maintaining eye contact with me. You get a little too close for my liking from time to time. Kind of as I said on that first class, I like to view hogs from a showmanship perspective in kind of that 12 to 15 foot window, and there were times that you just wanted to get that pig a little too close to me as a judge and kind of run him right on top of me. Would just encourage you moving forward in a showmanship competition to be a little bit more further away from time to time, but you were very, very close as well and did a good job presenting your animal today. Other kids out here working hard as well, just maybe as a partner that once again wants to kind of find a corner, gets a little too close to me as a judge or wants to get behind me where I can't see you out here presenting this animal. But a very, very good class of senior showmen. Kids are certainly working hard. Let's put our hands together for them as they exit and congratulate our two young ladies that were callbacks in this class.
Our two exhibitors that will be coming back from the second heat, representing Dunellen 4-H, Kate Viverito. And representing Bellevue High FFA, Emma Blackburn. Congratulations to these two young ladies. We will stage their animals and they'll be back for the Senior Showmanship Championship Drive in just a little bit. We want to say thanks to our sponsorship for our senior showmanship. It is Grandview Farms. Thank you, Mr. John Sapp, Grandview Farms, for sponsoring the senior division of our showmanship contest. We now have our third senior heat coming into the arena. Have Holston Sapp with the Forest High FFA. Brooke LaPlante with North Marion High FFA. Shelby Faison showing with Forest High FFA. Victoria Paradiso with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Jeremy Crouch with the Dunellen 4-H. Aubriana Colosimo with the Southern Roots 4-H. Dominic Reister Cabrera with the Dunellen 4-H. Kaylin Barnhart with the Lake Weir High FFA. Lucas Coker with Majestic Oaks 4-H. Julia Hettinger showing with Wild and Country 4-H. Addison Pope with the Wild and Country 4-H. Henry Boyer showing with Town and Country 4-H. Riley Sconyers representing Dunellen 4-H. Carly Cook with the Wild and Country 4-H. Avery Lofton with the Dunellen High FFA. And Becky Dooley also showing with Dunellen High FFA. This is Class 3 in our senior showmanship. We are also proud to have the Marion County Public School System Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Ben Whitehouse, here with us today. Thank you, Mr. Whitehouse. Thank you for being here, supporting the students here at the Southeastern Youth Fair.
Another very good class, and I'd say as a whole, probably the deeper class that we've had here yet today. And once again, with 7 of these heats went ahead and pinned off 2 individuals that'll be coming back for those finals, but certainly some honorable mentions in this particular class that are worth noting. Young man here in the calico gilt in front of me was the next closest in my mind to catching the pin. Young man, you do a good job of maintaining distance with me, giving those right kind of viewpoints and angles. I think your eye contact is great. I'd just like to see your gilt just move a little more continuously out here, and we certainly could have got you worked up to catch a pin in the class. Young man right here in front of me was another one that was very, very close to my mind. Again, you do a good job with your distance, do a great job of giving me kind of that side profile or 3/4 view shot of your particular bear. Again, there's just some times where that hog, I would just like to see him move on this particular surface with a little more continuity. Young man's red belted bear here is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. I think out of the honorable mentions in the class, he has a partner that's a little bit more wound up and likes to get out here and go, which I think is awesome from time to time. At the same standpoint, young man, he just wants to fight you a little bit more on your turns and transitions and your passes, just not maybe as fluid in terms of making those big broad passes. What the 2 young ladies that caught pins in this class were. Another honorable mention is a young man here in the green shirt in the center portion of the ring. I thought you 2 did a great job of presenting your animal to me here today. Just another one that maybe from time to time he got a little bit closer than I'd like to see, but again, you did a very, very good job of presenting your crossbred gill here for me. Very, very good class of individuals. Kids, again, are out here working hard. Just, again, maybe didn't give that same level of eye contact or those transitions as what those 2 young ladies that are callbacks in this class did. But if you could, put your hands together for these folks as they exit the ring. Another very, very good class of senior showmen.
Congratulations to our 2 exhibitors being held back for our show-off. Victoria Paradiso of the Lucky Learners 4-H and Julia Hettinger representing Wild and Country 4-H. Congratulations to both of these exhibitors. They'll be staged and they'll come back here in just a few moments for our senior showmanship grand drive. Heat 4 now coming into the arena. Exhibitors in this heat, Paige Wallace of the Florida Riverside 4-H. Katie Curd with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Brooke Sakuda with the Caprine 4-H. Also showing with Caprine, Riley Fiegel. Deanna Abreu with Westport High FFA. Colborne Miller with the Forest High FFA. Jordan Papineau with the Lake Weir High FFA. Liliana Augustine with the Lake Weir High FFA. Justin Decker showing with the Dunellen High FFA. Hunter McMines with the Westport High FFA. Representing North Marion High, Savannah Carsey. Isabella Denton is showing with Westport High. Addie Mims showing with Kendrick 4-H. Abigail Decker showing with Dunellen High FFA. Abigail Schultz showing with Dunellen 4-H. And Grayson Hires showing with the Two Rivers 4-H Club. This is our fourth heat, once again sponsored by Grandview Farms. Also have with us from Marion County this morning the Technology Director, Logan Johnson. Mr. Johnson, thank you for being here with us today. Also, Jason Jacobs, principal for the Lake Weir High. He is here this morning as well. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it very much. And Rusty Corley, North Marion Middle principal, is here as well. So we are very grateful to all of you for being here this morning. Also have Matt Johnson from North Marion High School that is here with us as well. So, Mr. Johnson, thank you, sir, for being here as well.
going to keep 3 individuals out of this particular heat. And I know I said I thought the last class was really deep, but again, this class gets even deeper, and there's 3 young ladies that, again, I thought did an exceptional job of when other pigs were coming out of the gate, making sure to kind of keep their animals back and being respectful to the other competitors. But at the same standpoint, when I turned and looked to see what they're doing, they had their eyes focused on where I was at the judge, staying on the right side of their pig, keeping their pig moving. And then when we bring everybody out and we get them together, they just clearly separated themselves in terms of their ring presence, their angles, maintaining eye contact, and I thought all 3 of them certainly deserved to have the opportunity to come back and compete in this final drive. Again, there's a few other individuals out here I thought worked really, really hard and were close to catching a pin, and maybe if they fell into a different class, we certainly could have worked them up higher. Young lady here with kind of the off-belted gill here in front of me, again, I thought you did an awesome job as well. Your presence coming right out of the gate was really, really memorable, gave me some good viewpoints of your gilt there. She's just a little more stop and go and hesitant on this surface, kind of as we talked through before, and she just wants to fight you a little bit more when you try to make those turns and those passes. But you were very, very close in this particular heat. Other individual out here, young lady here in the white shirt, again, kind of the same song and dance with your barrier. Your eye contact is great. You give me those good viewpoints and angles. Just maybe get a little bit more distant than I'd call ideal. While I appreciate that, as opposed to maybe you driving that hog right on top of me throughout the duration of the drive, you're just a little too far out of that kind of 12 to 15 foot window, and I just encourage you to maybe bring him in a little bit more focus. But your eye contact, your angles, those kind of things are great. Again, just bring that hog just a little bit closer to me, and I haven't had to say that much today, and it might be a different story. Thought those were the 2 individuals out here that, again, from an honorable mention standpoint, were certainly most memorable. Like I said, if they fall into a different class, I think we certainly could see them coming back in the finals. But a very, very deep class of individuals with 3 individuals that certainly need honors for that callback perspective. Again, other kids out here, again, working hard, just, again, work on those things I kind of talk about here. Don't be stuck in just the idea of giving me that profile view as you cross the ring. Drive that hog at me. Show me his chest floor. Drive him away. Show me his rear leg or his hock. Give me those different viewpoints and angles and make those bigger, broader passes, and we can certainly work you up the line up here in the future. Very, very good class of kids. Once again, if you could, put your hands together for them as they exit.
Congratulations to our 4th heat exhibitors. Our judge has 3 that he's going to pull back from this group. Number 230, this is Brooke Sakuda with the Caprine 4-H. Also representing Caprine 4-H is Riley Fiegel. And Abigail Schultz, representing Dunellen 4-H Club, also is going to be brought back out of this group. We will stage these 3 and then be ready to bring out our 5th of 7 heats today. In Heat 5, representing Dunellen High FFA, Jacob Peebles. Showing for Lucky Learners, Luke Hudson. Matthew Brillhart showing with Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Taylor Varanazan with North Marion High FFA. Brindley Durham with the Country Clovers 4-H. Holly Heidovic showing with Dunellen High FFA. Lucy Camacho showing with Westport FFA. Kylie Goodson with the Caprine 4-H. Calla Owens showing with the Grandview 4-H. Olivia Simpson representing Town and Country 4-H. Also representing Town and Country, Cameron Simpson. Chasen Gonsman with the Westport High FFA. Cora Taylor, Cora showing with the Town and Country 4-H. Logan Marino showing with Town and Country 4-H. Blandon Austin showing with the Lake Weir High FFA. Representing the Bellevue Bald Eagles, Braden Pruitt. Showing with Lucky Learners 4-H, Allie Joe Hicks. And showing with Forest High FFA, Kylie Morrison. This is our 5th heat. The judge will pull his top selections from here. We'll have 2 more classes before we bring all of these top exhibitors back for that senior championship drive.
Another extremely deep class, and again, pulled back 3 individuals to compete for those finals honors. And just briefly wanted to mention a few other. I thought the young lady here with the calico bearer right in front of me was the next closest young lady. You do an awesome job in terms of your eye contact, giving me those different viewpoints and angles throughout the duration of the drive. There's a couple times where you're driving them right at me and you just want to get a little too close and a little too on top of me. And then on some of just those turns and transitions, he just wants to fight and struggle with you a little bit more. Again, kind of just breaks down to your partner, just getting a little bit more stop and go and a little more hesitant when you try to make some of those turns and transitions, but you were very, very close to catching a pin. Again, I think we've fallen maybe a different heat. We can certainly work you up here. Young man right here in front of me with his Calico Guild also does a great job of presenting her to me today. Gives me those viewpoints and angles, those transitions that I'm looking for. Again, maybe just from the time to time you get a little bit more stuck in terms of wanting to stay a little bit in front of me, giving me a little too much of a peripheral viewpoint versus some of those other ones. But again, you two were very, very close in catching a pin, as was a young lady right here in the center portion of the room with her tar-headed barrel leaving you. Her partner just, again, doesn't want to be as cooperative as what some of those other ones are out here, and you can see it as she drives them. Just on those turns and transitions, he wants to fight you a little bit more and doesn't make quite as easy of a pass as what those individuals that caught heats in this class did today. But you're great in terms of your eye contact. You certainly understand the basics and the importances of showmanship. Give me those best possible viewpoints of your animals. Thought those were the three in particular from an honorable mention standpoint we really needed to talk and highlight out here. Again, awesome class of showmanship. Kids are doing it great and working hard. Again, put your hands together for them as they exit. We'll rework through our next heat. Let's give them a big and our congratulations as well as to our callbacks out here.
Congratulations. We've got 3 exhibitors that are being pulled back out of this heat. Olivia Simpson from the Town and Country 4-H. Cameron Simpson from the Town and Country 4-H. And Braden Pruitt from the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Congratulations to these 3 exhibitors. Exhibitors in the 6th heat, Abigail Hurst with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Kennedy Fritz with the Wild and Country 4-H. Abby Sapp showing with Grandview 4-H. Brianna Hill showing with Forest High FFA. Aubrey Nelson showing with Wild and Country 4-H. Riley Warner representing Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Noel Shiflett showing with Forest High. Representing Cracker Country 4-H, Hayden Van Loo. Sonia Slate with the Indigo 4-H. Logan Rector with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Representing Bellevue High FFA, Dylan Wiley-Coon. Showing with Wild and Country, Emma Counts. Kyren Roberts showing with the Indigo 4-H. Alejandra Davila showing with Westport High FFA. Kylie Perez representing Forest High FFA. Jenna Sinkler showing with North Marion High FFA. And Kaylin Matchett showing with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. This is our 6th heat. We'll have one more after this.
Getting our 6th heat again, and when I had 2 callbacks out of this group that once again were just really memorable and impressionable coming out of the gate, courteous to their other exhibitors, and then when we get everybody out here and driving again, just clearly separate themselves from those others in this class just in terms of their ability to again keep their hold constantly on the go, give me those viewpoints and angles, those transitions, make good, beautiful, broad passes. Job well done by those 2. Just again, I want to briefly mention some honorable mentions out here. Thought the young lady with the York appearing gilt in front of me was next close. Young lady do an awesome job at giving me some viewpoints and angles. Your partner again just maybe gets a little more stop and go relative to what those 2 up ahead of you did. Your eye contact's awesome. Again, if that gilt's just a little more cooperative for you today, I think we can certainly work you up the line here as well. A young lady there on the far side with kind of the skunk face bear is working really, really hard too. Great kind of eye contact and intensity throughout the duration of the drive. Just again, wanting to fight you a little bit more on those turns and transitions of what some other folks are out here. Thought this young lady in front of me was close as well. Gives me those viewpoints and angles. You get a little more distant from time to time than what I'd like to see relative to those 2 that get ahead of you in class. As the young lady in the white shirt there with kind of her crossbred gilt heading towards the far side of the ring. You 2 do an awesome job in terms of maintaining eye contact, giving me that profile view of your hog throughout the duration of the drive. Just get a little more distant from time to time, and while I appreciate the ring use, again, would just like to see you more in that 12 to 15 foot range. Great job by all these kids out here. Once again, very, very courteous. Do a good job of understanding the basics. It's a tough class with some big, large shows, and we can't keep everybody back, unfortunately, but if you could, let's put your hands together for these fine folks again. Give them a nice round of applause as they exit the ring, and we'll work through our 7th and final heat in this senior division.
We have 2 exhibitors that are going to be held back here. Representing Grandview 4-H, Abby Sabb. Representing Bellevue High Senior, Dylan Wiley Kuhn. Congratulations to these 2 exhibitors. We now have our last senior heat coming into the arena. Isaiah Dawson with Indigo 4-H. Javarius Morant also with Indigo 4-H. Neva Dawson with Indigo 4-H. Tegan Beach, Forest High FFA. Tucker Sloan with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Showing with Forest High FFA, Haley Meadows. Representing North Marion High FFA, Lauren Hamilton. Olivia Creasy is showing with Forest High FFA. Brooklyn Strait showing with Bellevue High Junior FFA. Ronnie Vernon showing with the Indigo 4-H. Avery Larenko, Avery showing with Forest High FFA. Hadley Bartlett showing with Wild and Country 4-H. Representing Indigo 4-H, Zora Poole. Caitlin Gerard showing with Bellevue High FFA. Troy Long showing with Forest High FFA. And representing Grandview 4-H, Andy Sapp. This is our 7th and final senior heat. Our judge will pull his top selections from this group, and then we'll bring back those top selections from all 7 heats for our senior showmanship grand drive.
getting to our final heat here, and I have two callbacks out of this class that, again, I thought did the best job of giving me those different viewpoints and angles, maintaining some eye contact with me throughout the duration of the drive, and having good ring presence in particular in a big environment with a lot of other competitors out here certainly working hard. And again, just want to briefly mention some other kids that I thought did a great job of presenting their projects to me today. A young man right here in front of me with the belted bear, you were really, really impressionable coming out of the gate, and just unfortunately for you, the longer the drive wore on, your partner just wanted to get more cantankerous and fight you a little bit more on your turns and transitions, and I know it's frustrating, but I just wanted to again highlight you did a great job in terms of eye contact, giving me those viewpoints and angles. Just wish your partner was a little bit more cooperative for you throughout this drive here today. Young lady here, kind of the sandy belted bear, again, she did an awesome job too, giving me some of those viewpoints and angles. Just once again, your partner's a little bit more stop and go. Didn't see those big broad passes that I kind of look for out here. Young lady with the other calico bear on the far side, again, thought you did an awesome job with your eye contact as well. Your partner just kind of found himself over there against those holding pins and just did not want to get off the rail throughout the duration of this drive. But again, your eye contact, your focus, your intensity was great. Again, just wish he would cooperate a little bit better for you out here today. Other kids did a great job of working hard out here as well. Just again, maybe get stuck and just wanting to give me that peripheral profile view. Would just like to see maybe those hogs drive at me with a little bit more authority from time to time. See some different viewpoints and angles going away. But again, excellent class of kids here in this 7th and final senior heat. If you could, let's put our hands together for them as they exit. We'll go ahead and get you a top 6 sorted in this particular senior division. My hat's off to them.
Congratulations, the two exhibitors coming back out of our 7th heat. Avery Larinko with Forest High FFA. And Hadley Bartlett with the Wild and Country 4-H. We have 15 exhibitors now ready to come back into the arena. This will be for our senior showmanship grand champion. Representing the first heat, Bella Hobkirk of the Forest High FFA. And Addison Torres of the Bellevue High FFA. Coming back from our second heat, Kate Viverito of Dunellen 4-H. And Emma Blackburn of the Bellevue High Junior FFA. From our third heat, Victoria Paradiso of the Lucky Learners 4-H. Also from the third heat, Julia Hettinger with the Wild and Country 4-H. Representing that fourth heat, Brooke Sakuda showing with Caprine 4-H. And Riley Fiegel also showing with Caprine 4-H. Also coming back from that fourth heat is Abigail Schultz showing with the Dunellen 4-H Club. From the fifth heat, Olivia Simpson with the Town and Country 4-H Club. Also showing with Town and Country, Cameron Simpson. Representing the Bellevue Bald Eagles, Braden Pruitt. From the 6th heat, Abby Sapp with the Grandview 4-H. Also Dylan Wiley-Coon with the Bellevue High Senior FFA. And from the 7th heat, Avery Larenko with the Forest High FFA. And representing Wild and Country 4-H, Hadley Bartlett. Let's give a round of applause for these top exhibitors in our senior showmanship contest. Our judge is going to place our top 6 out of this grouping here. And once again, we want to say thank you very much to Grandview Farms, John Sapp and family. Thank you so much for sponsoring our senior showmanship contest. We also have with us the Fort King Middle School principal, Mr. Michael Carter. Mr. Carter, thank you for being here. Great to see you, sir. Thank you for coming and supporting the youngsters here. We are grateful to you. Marion County Farm Bureau is celebrating Food Checkout Week. This occurs the 3rd week of February, and just an opportunity to acknowledge the abundance of fresh, nutritious food that's available to consumers at affordable prices. On the average, the American consumer would spend less than 10% of their disposable income on their food purchases and eating at home. Farm bureaus across Florida will use this week to highlight the importance of agriculture and the healthy food that farmers and ranchers provide year-round. We encourage you to visit the Ag Ventures tent just to the north of the arena. You can learn more about Florida and Marion County agriculture. Also have the opportunity to register for a $100 gift card to Publix while you're there. And we want to say thanks to Marion County Farm Bureau for advocating for Florida and Marion County agriculture.
If you could, let's put our hands together for all our exhibitors that came back in this senior division. Awesome environment, awesome atmosphere. I love the crowd involvement, how they cheer for all these kids coming out of the gate. Oftentimes, you know, whether I've been judging state fairs or jackpot shows or whatever it might be, you don't see this enthusiastic of a crowd. And I think it's awesome that all these kids get individually recognized, and at the same standpoint, there's people that are cheering for every kid as they enter the ring. And I wish more fairs and shows would do that because, again, it shows just your passionate support for these youth out here. I thought these 6 individuals out here driving did a really awesome job of presenting their projects here to me today. They understand the different viewpoints and angles. They maintain great eye contact. They use their whip properly. They've got a partner that you can obviously tell they put in the miles and the work at home. And yet, with that being said, amongst this contemporary group, I think it kind of comes down to a pair of individuals that are very, very flawless and effortless in terms of their pass. They've got animals that make great turns and transitions. And even amongst that, I think there's one that's been very, very memorable every single time they've come out here and come out of the gate. Give me that viewpoint angle. They just kind of command the ring in terms of their presence. They separate themselves from others. Help me congratulate the young lady here in front of me. She's going to be your champion senior showmanship winner today. I thought that was a really close decision between another individual that's out here driving their project. Young man right here in front of me, you're going to be reserve champion in this senior showmanship division. Thought you did an awesome job of presenting your crossbred gilt for me as well. Maybe relative to that individual that placed up ahead of you today, from time to time, there are just maybe some efforts where I saw you a little bit more within the pack compared to what she was and separating herself. But I thought you two did an excellent job of presenting your projects. Third's going to be the young man here in front of me with the calico colored barrow. Thought he too did an awesome job of presenting his barrow for me here today. Again, maybe from time to time from a transition standpoint, just didn't see that same level of separation, but you two did a great job as well. Young lady right here in front of me will come in next. Again, very similar to the individual up ahead of her. Maintains great eye contact throughout the duration of the drive. Gives me those viewpoints and angles. Thought maybe you got a little closer to me from time to time than what some of the other individuals did. Coming in next will be the young man here with his blue butt gilt. Again, awesome job of giving me those transitions. Love that you understand the best possible viewpoint of your pig, and you do a great job of highlighting that to me as well. There may be some times as well where you just turn and make those passes where she wanted to fight you a little bit more than what some others did. And in 6th place today will be the young lady here right in front of me. Again, thought you did a great job of presenting your barrow to me today as well. Just gets a little bit more stop and go, but again, excellent job in this division. If you could put your hands together for all these senior individuals, did a wonderful job of presenting their project. Kids down the line, you did a great job as well. Just maybe had a partner from time to time that wanted to fight you a little bit more when we came back out in this second drive here, or at the same standpoint towards those up in the top end. Just got a little bit more distance, or had a partner that wanted to wear down as we started to get into the heat of this thing. But again, excellent group of individuals. My compliments to each and every one of you. We'll move into this intermediate showmanship division.
Congratulations to our top 6 senior showmen. In 6th place, Kate Viverito. In 5th place, Braden Pruitt. Standing 4th today, Olivia Simpson. In 3rd place, Cameron Simpson. 2nd place, Dylan Wiley-Coon. And your senior showmanship winner for the 2026 Southeastern Youth Fair Swine Show, Brooke Sakuda. Congratulations to all of these senior showmen. They have done a tremendous job. Well done. Give them all another round of applause as they exit the arena. Congratulations again to Brooke Sakuda. Brooke representing the Caprine 4-H Club and is your senior showmanship grand champion. We now have our intermediate showman beginning to enter into the ring. We'll have 6 heats today in the intermediate showmanship. In this first heat, we have Ethan Jason Murdoch from the Prime Cuts 4-H. Brody Hopkirk with the Lake Weir Middle FFA. Ryan Riley with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Brantley Dilly with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Aiden Welcome showing with Lake Weir Middle FFA. Alex Godson with the Lake Weir Middle FFA. Zion Peacock showing with the Horizon Academy. Addison Watts representing the Wild and Country 4-H. Ryder Roberts showing with Osceola Middle FFA. Eli Blackburn showing with Wild and Country 4-H. Jake Blanchard also representing Wild and Country 4-H. And Amelia Blanchard showing with Wild and Country 4-H. Raylan Delk showing with Fort King FFA. Aubrey Hatcher showing with Bellevue Middle FFA. And Abigail Kendrick showing with the Osceola Middle FFA. This is your first heat in the intermediate division. Our intermediate division this year is being sponsored by CBS Underground. CBS Underground, thank you for your sponsorship of the intermediate showmanship contest.
Good way to kick off our intermediate division with 2 callbacks out here that are certainly working really hard and kind of, as I said, really memorable in terms of their first impression coming out of the gate, doing a great job of maintaining eye contact with me as the judge as I kind of float around the ring, knowing where I'm at, giving me those different viewpoints and angles of their hog. My hat's off to them. Again, briefly just want to talk about a few kids out here still working really, really hard. Young lady with your bluegill, I thought you were really, really close as well. You do a good job of giving me those different viewpoints and angles. Would just like to see eye contact a little more consistently throughout the duration of the drive, and we could certainly work you up in this particular class. Thought the young man with the other bluegill here in front of me, you did a very good job. Love your eye contact and your intensity. Your partner just wants to fight you a little more from time to time as you make those turns and transitions. Just gets a little more stop and go for me out here today. But I think beyond that, again, you understand the basics and the fundamentals of showmanship. If he was just a little more cooperative for you, I think we could certainly work you up the line here as well. Other young man in front of me, you do a great job in terms of maintaining your eye contact with your predominantly white gilt. Just again, you get a little too close to my liking from time to time. Would just like to see you stay in more of that 12 to 15 foot window, not bring that gilt quite as close to me from a judge's perspective. Other kids out here, again, working hard, having fun. At the same standpoint, again, maybe just get stuck and wanting to give me that profile viewpoint. Maybe don't have the same level of eye contact as what the 2 individuals that caught pins in this class did as they made their passes and transitions. But a very, very good first class of intermediate showman. Again, put your hands together for these kids as they exit. Again, we'll work through our next heat.
two individuals that will be coming back out of this first heat. Aiden Welcome with the Lake Weir Middle FFA. And representing Bellevue Middle FFA, Aubrey Hatcher. We'll stage these two exhibitors, and they'll be back for our intermediate show-off. We have our second heat in the intermediate contest coming in now. Contestants in this heat is Aubrey Sig of the Cracker Country 4-H, Sophia Navarez of the Osceola Middle FFA, Easton Davis with the Country Clovers 4-H, Asher Lewis showing with Grandview 4-H, Kylie Rumans with the Osceola Middle FFA, David Kendrick with the Majestic Oaks 4-H, Paisley Gross with the North Marion Middle FFA, Peyton Kennedy with Wild and Country 4-H. Also representing Wild and Country 4-H is Reagan Cook. Aniston Post representing Dunellen 4-H Club. Haley Cabrera with the Dunellen 4-H Club. Daisy Hammock showing for Florida Riverside. Josie Law showing with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Also showing with Fort McCoy 4-Leaf is Clayton Lewis. And representing Dunellen Christian Academy FFA, Hallie Bird.
went ahead and kept 3 individuals out of this next heat. And again, briefly, just wanted to mention a few other. Young lady in the green jacket there on the far side, you were the next closest to catching a pin. You certainly understand the viewpoints and the angles. I love your eye contact and intensity. At the same standpoint, you just got that gilt a little bit too distant for my liking today. I'd just like to, again, see her in more of that 12 to 15 foot window, and we certainly could have caught you a pin in this particular class because you understand the basics. You give me those viewpoints and angles. Your transitions are great. You're just a little too distant out far of my peripheral vision as I parade around the ring here today. Other young lady right here in front of me, love your eye contact and your intensity with your Yorkshire Piering gilt. At the same standpoint, again, you just maybe give me a little too much of that profile view. Would just like to see some different viewpoints and angles. Other young lady there in the blue and yellow jacket there on the far side of the ring. Again, you do a great job in terms of your eye contact and intensity as well. Just have a partner that's maybe on the other end of the spectrum. This bear really likes to get out here and go, which I love to see from an athleticism standpoint. Just again, maybe wants to fight you a little bit more on some of those turns and transitions as well. Other kids out here certainly working hard as well, just maybe as a partner that's kind of found that exit gate or a corner and just doesn't necessarily want to get out of it, or maybe just don't have that same level of eye contact throughout the duration of the drive as the 3 young ladies that got called back in this particular class. But again, very good class of intermediate showmen. Kids continue to work hard out here. Let's put our hands together for each and every one of them as they exit. We'll move into our 3rd intermediate heat.
Our judge has pulled 3 exhibitors from this 2nd heat. Representing Wild and Country, Reagan Cook. Representing Dunellen 4-H, Haley Cabrera. And showing for Dunellen Christian FFA, Hallie Bird.
Again, 3 callbacks in this class. And again, want to give some honorable mentions to some other kids out here working hard. Young man here with the Calico Bear. I love your eye contact, your focus, your intensity. You're the next closest in my mind to catching a pin in this class. Your bear just wanting to fight you a little too much. And there was some time where I stood over there and I saw you get him in the corner and he started to come out and I thought you were going to bring him in front of me. And then he just wanted to fight you again. If your partner was a little more cooperative today, we'd certainly catch you a pin in this class because you understand the basics. You give me the viewpoints and those angles. He's just wanting to be a little too cantankerous out here. Young man here in front of me, you were the next closest behind that young man as well. Again, you give me those viewpoints and those angles I'm looking for. At the same standpoint, from time to time, your partner, again, just wants to fight you a little bit more. Would maybe just like to see a little more consistent eye contact as well. The young lady here in the blue FFA jacket in front of me, you did a good job as well of giving me that eye contact that I'm looking for. Just maybe get stuck and wanting to give me a little more profile view consistently from time to time as I stand in one spot and just kind of get lost in the mix or the shuffle. But again, kids that did an awesome job presenting their projects for me today. If you could, put your hands together for these fine young folk as they leave. We'll rework through our next heat of intermediate showmen.
Congratulations to our third heat exhibitors coming back from Bellevue Middle FFA, Olivia Irvin. From Dunellen 4-H, Miranda Guerrera. And also representing Dunellen 4-H, Wyatt Schultz. Congratulations to these 3 exhibitors. Also glad to have Mr. Wade Martin here with us today, principal at Dunellen High School. Mr. Martin, thank you for being here and supporting the youngsters here at the Southeastern Youth Fair. We have our 4th heat now coming into the arena. Wyatt Baker with the Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Kennedy Sawyer showing with Dunellen Christian FFA. Addison Colosimo with the Southern Roots 4-H. Lucy Dooley with the Dunellen Christian FFA. Sammy Peterson with the Two Rivers 4-H. Evelyn Durham with the Country Clovers 4-H. Bentley Goodson with the Grandview 4-H. Michaela May Bagley with the Dunellen 4-H. Sailor Costa with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Jackson Kelly with the Southern Roots 4-H. Kenley Crawford with the Cracker Country 4-H. Arabella Brown with the Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Theron Trios with the Dunellen 4-H Club. Madeline Marshall with the Dunellen Middle FFA. And Charlie Schaefer showing with the Dunellen 4-H Club. We also have with us the assistant principal from Dunellen Christian here with us, Miss Keisha Lacouris. Ms. Lacouris, thank you for being here. We appreciate you also supporting our students here at the Southeastern Youth Fair.
went ahead and kept 2 out of this 4th heat here. And again, just briefly wanted to talk about a few of the other individuals out here working hard. I thought the young lady here with her crossbred gilt in front of me was the next closest, her crossbred bearer, was the next closest to catching a pin in this class. I love your eye contact and your intensity, young lady. Your bear is just a little too stop and go, as I term it out here today, and just doesn't want to give a consistent drive. If we could just see him parade around the ring with a little more consistently, we could certainly work you up the line. Same with the other young lady in the white shirt here in front of me with kind of the blue masked market hog. Again, thought you did a good job of giving me the viewpoints and angles that I'm looking for. I saw you drive that bear towards me. I saw you drive him away. Just again, you got a partner that's wanting to be more stop and go out of here and just doesn't want to give you maybe as consistent of a drive as what some other individuals are. Thought the other young lady here in the blue and yellow FFA jacket was very close as well. Do a great job of giving me a profile view of that hog, young lady. Would just like to see some different angles on your gilt from time to time as well. Other kids out here, again, having fun, working hard, just don't see that same level of eye contact consistently throughout the duration of the drive. Maybe some get a little too distant from time to time for me out here again today as well. But again, put your hands together for these kids as they exit. We'll move into our 5th intermediate showmanship heat.
Our judge has pulled 2 exhibitors from our 4th heat. Representing Fort McCoy Middle FFA, Wyatt Baker. Also coming back from Cracker Country 4-H, Kenley Crawford. We now have our 5th intermediate heat coming into the arena. Representing Wild and Country 4-H, Brooke Barney. Olivia Marks showing with Colt Country 4-H. Landry Jones representing Bellevue Middle FFA. Braylon Amsden with Cracker Country 4-H. Andrea Thornton with Indigo 4-H. Madeline Marino with Town and Country 4-H. Laney Hamlink with Cracker Country 4-H. Adeline Wiley with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Peyton Williams with Colt Country 4-H. Javion Dowdy with the Indigo 4-H. Hadley Matchett showing with Fort McCoy 4-H. Representing Grandview 4-H, Avery Sapp. Michael Henderson showing for Indigo 4-H. Also representing Indigo 4-H is Zion Poole. And showing with the Lucky Learners 4-H, Bradley Hurst. This is our 5th heat, and again we say thanks to CBS Underground for sponsoring the intermediate showmanship.
really good class of intermediate showman, maybe one of the deeper classes that we've had here today, and I think a couple different honorable mentions. I thought the young lady with kind of the high-quality belted gilt in the center portion of the ring was the next closest in this class, and young lady, do an awesome job in terms of your eye contact. From time to time, you get a little bit more distance, and there were some passes you made where you were standing, I guess, as I'd say, on the wrong side of the pig and kind of cut in front of my view of the pig, and you were in between us. I would just encourage you to make sure, give me that clear view of your pig when you're out here parading it. But again, your angles, your eye contact were really, really good. My compliments to you. I thought you were working really hard. Young man here with kind of the sandy colored barrow is working hard as well. Great kind of eye contact. Your barrow just gets a little more stop and go out here for me today, young man. But again, thought you were working really hard too, as is a young lady here in the calico barrow here in front of me. Your partner just isn't wanting to be maybe as cooperative for her today as what some others are, and he gets a little bit close and a little too on top of me from time to time, but she too gave me those correct viewpoints and angles that I look for out here as a judge. Other kids out here, again, certainly working really, really hard, just maybe don't have that same level of eye contact consistently as what some of those kids that caught pins in this particular heat do. Maybe get a little too distant, or their pigs wanting to find the corner or fight the rail, so to say. But a really good class intermediate showman. Again, put your hands together for them as they exit. We'll move into our sixth and final heat here of intermediate showmanship.
We have 3 entries coming back out of 5. This is Adeline Wiley of the Bellevue Middle FFA. Representing Indigo 4-H, Javion Dowdy. And showing with Grandview 4-H, Avery Sapp. Our final intermediate heat coming in the ring now. Representing Majestic Oaks, Peyton Brinkley. Showing with Indigo 4-H, Aiden Johnson. Taylor Varney representing Wild and Country 4-H. Cadence Perez with the North Marion Middle FFA. Lauren Lewis with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Showing with the Lucky Learners 4-H, Madison Macazio. Easton Rowland showing with the Dunellen Christian FFA. Sydney Antoine showing with the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Jonah Lucier with the Southern Roots 4-H. Brooklyn Meyer with the Majestic Oaks 4-H. Jacob Bailey with the Osceola Middle FFA. Reagan Macazio with the Lucky Learners 4-H. Madeline Lambert with the North Marion Middle FFA. Zach Blackburn with the Southern Roots 4-H. And Trinity Richardson showing with Indigo 4-H. This is our last intermediate heat. Our judge will pull his top selection, and then we'll bring back the top from the other 5 heats for our intermediate grand drive.
Moving to our final heat here, and again, another super good class of competitive kids, and a couple of different honorable mentions. Thought the young lady here in the white shirt was very, very close as well. Make great turns and transitions from time to time. Get kind of lost in the shuffle and just maybe don't have the same level of separation as what those three individuals that caught heats in this class do. Thought your eye contact, your intensity was great. Just again, I try to find those holes of separation when you're out here driving your high quality barrow, and then just try to use that to your advantage as you navigate here through the ring. Other individual there on the far side with her guild, I thought she did an awesome job as well. Great kind of eye contact. Just towards the end of this particular drive, just got a partner that wanted to find the rail or find the corner, and just wanted to fight her a little too much out here and just couldn't get her back in front of me as a judge. But again, certainly understood the basics, gave me those viewpoints and transitions. Other kids out here working hard as well. Again, just maybe to have a hog that's not wanting to be as cooperative for him, get kind of behind me as a judge as I move around the ring, or don't have that same level of eye contact consistently as what these three individuals did. But again, very, very good final class intermediate showman. If you could put your hands together for them as they exit, will pick us out a top 6 in this intermediate division.
Our judge is going to be pulling 3 entries from this 6th heat. Taylor Varney from the Wild and Country 4-H. Cadence Perez with the North Marion Middle FFA. And Madeline Lambert with the North Marion Middle FFA. We have our finalists from our top 5 heats ready to come back in the arena. Our contestants coming in for this final drive is Aiden Welcome with the Lake Weir Middle FFA. Aubrey Hatcher with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Reagan Cook showing with Wild and Country. Haley Cabrera with the Dunellen 4-H. Hallie Bird representing Dunellen Christian FFA. Olivia Irvin with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Miranda Guerrero with the Dunellen 4-H. Wyatt Schultz with the Dunellen 4-H. Wyatt Baker with the Fort McCoy Middle FFA. Kenley Crawford with the Cracker Country 4-H. Adeline Wiley with the Bellevue Middle FFA. Javion Dowdy with the Indigo 4-H. Avery Sapp with the Grandview 4-H. Taylor Varney with Wild and Country 4-H. Cadence Perez with the North Marion Middle FFA. And Madeline Lambert with the North Marion Middle FFA. These are your top intermediate showmen. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Great job getting this far in this showmanship contest.
Extremely good intermediate division. If you could, put your hands together for these 6 individuals still out here driving. Very, very competitive group top to bottom, and showmanship really is a test of attributions. I mean, some of these kids down the line certainly give me the right viewpoints and angles. Just maybe have a partner that comes back out the second time around here in the ring and just doesn't want to be as cooperative, or kind of finds the exit gate and just kind of wants to fluctuate and go there. But very, very pleased again with the eye contact, the presence, the poise, the viewpoints and angles that these individuals give. And we'll place this particular group from the bottom up till we get up out to our top 3 or so. In 6th place today is going to be the young man with the predominantly white gilt there on the far side of the ring. Young man, you do an awesome job with your eye contact to give me those viewpoints and angles. There's a few times throughout the duration of the drive your gilt just wants to fight you a little more as you make those turns and transitions and passes. But again, you did an excellent job out here presenting your hog to me today. In 4th place will be the young lady here in the white shirt here in the center portion of the ring. Again, love your eye contact that you give me. Maybe from time to time you do an awesome job of staying in that 12 to 15 foot bubble. When you go and make your turns and transitions, I just would encourage you to work on making bigger, broader passes in that particular gilt when you go to turner. You'd be making a good drive or going away or coming towards me, and then kind of want to turn and tighten that one a little more abruptly than I'd like to see today. But again, I thought you did an excellent job as well. And 4th will be the young man there with the belted bear in the middle portion of the ring. Excellent eye contact, young man. I commend you for that. You do a great job of working with your partner out here. He's naturally just a little slower pace kind of bear, maybe relative to the 3 individuals that place a little bit higher for you today. And as a result, I just like to see him as speed up a notch, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But again, your viewpoints, your angles you give me, your eye contact, your intensity is awesome. My hat's off to you. So that leaves us with 3 individuals out here in the center portion of the ring that are still working really hard when it comes to presenting your projects. Out of these 3, though, there is one individual that's going to start off this particular division that, again, was just kind of effortless today in terms of their turns and their transitions. Has a partner that's willing to come out here and work with them, give me those viewpoints and angles that I want. Help me congratulate young man here to my left in the jacket. He's going to start off our intermediate division today. Thought it was a close decision between him and the young lady in the FFA jacket in the center portion of the ring. Again, another individual that's very poised and gives me those correct kind of viewpoints and angles. He's another bear that's a little bit slower paced out here, like one that we mentioned for the individual in 4th place. Again, would just like to see that hog kick it up a notch. And again, I think that just adds to his added presence, gives you a shot more burst as you're going through your holes. But again, thought your eye contact was the next most consistent throughout the duration of the drive. My compliments to you. And that leaves us with our 3rd place individual here, the young lady in the green jacket. Again, excellent types of transitions. Give me those viewpoints and those proper angles. I thought maybe from time to time there's efforts where, again, you're a little more focused on what you're doing with your show utensil and keeping that hog moving. And would just like to see a shot more eye contact to get up in this contention with those 2 individuals ahead of you. But you 2 did an excellent job presenting your high-quality bear to me today. My compliments to you. Other kids down the line, you did a great job as well. Just maybe, again, had a partner that wasn't as consistent throughout the duration of the drive. Kids up here towards the top end of the drive, again, maybe have a bear that's a little bit slower paced than I'd like to see. Maybe towards the end of the drive, kind of found yourself into a corner and just, again, couldn't get out of there, couldn't burst through the holes showing as what some other kids did. But again, my compliments to each and every one of you. Let's put our hands together for this intermediate division.
Congratulations to our intermediate winners in our Grand Champion Showmanship Drive. In sixth place, representing Fort McCoy FFA, Wyatt Baker. Fifth place, Taylor Varney with Wild and Country 4-H. Fourth place, representing Lake Weir Middle, Aiden Welcome. Standing third today in our intermediate contest, representing Grandview 4-H, Avery Sapp. In second place in the intermediate showmanship, showing for Dunellen Christian FFA, Hallie Bird. And your intermediate winner this year, representing Dunellen 4-H, Wyatt Schultz. Congratulations to all of these intermediate showmen. Great job for each and every one of you. And again, we say thanks to CBS Underground for sponsoring the intermediate division. We now have our first heat of the juniors coming in. We will have 4 total heats in the junior division. And the junior division is being sponsored by Bird's Diesel Repair. Representing Prime Cuts 4-H, Himina Murdoch. Bristol Dilly with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Bristol Diley. Sorry, Bristol. Holly Clooney with the Southern Roots 4-H. Carson Watts with the Wild and Country 4-H. Brecken Counts with Cracker Country 4-H. Raylan Bunnell with Majestic Oaks 4-H. Tinley Lewis with Bellevue Bald Eagles. Liam Jones with Southern Roots 4-H. Winston Sapp with the Grandview 4-H. Cale Colbert with the Two Rivers 4-H. And Trip Christmas with the Cracker Country 4-H. Our first of 4 heats in the junior division.
Went ahead and pulled back 3 individuals out of this particular division, with the last one hitting the pin now. And again, very good start off to our junior showmanship competition. Once again, thought these 3 kids were the most consistent in terms of their eye contact, keeping their pig moving, standing on the right side of me as a judge. I just briefly want to talk about some others. Young lady right here in front of me with the high quality belted barrow made some really good passes from time to time. Just again, there are some efforts on your particular guild, when you were showing her where she kind of found the corner, you'd find yourself behind me. But again, thought you did a very good job as well. Young man here in front of me was very, very consistent as well. Just again, maybe from time to time, not as consistent in terms of your eye contact as what the 3 individuals that start off this particular class are. Young lady here in front of me does a great job in terms of eye contact, just has a partner that's a little bit more stop and go for me out here today. Other kids out here certainly working hard, just maybe get too distant for me where I am at the judge. Again, try to stay in that 12 to 15 foot window if you can, if at all possible, or maybe just didn't give me those same viewpoints and angles as what those 3 individuals that caught pins in this particular heat did. Very good class of junior showmen. Again, put your hands together for them as they exit.
So coming back out of Heat 1 is Bristol Diley with the Fort McCoy 4-leaf. Holly Clooney with Southern Roots 4-H. And Winston Sapp with the Grandview 4-H. We have Heat 2 coming in the ring now. This is Riley Cannon with Two Rivers 4-H. Elena Johns with Country Clovers 4-H. Josie Camara with the Southern Roots 4-H. Kaylee Colosimo with the Southern Roots 4-H. Levi Gonzalez with Two Rivers 4-H. Kaylee Stichter with the Dunellen 4-H. Emma Gonzalez with Two Rivers 4-H. Carson Hamilton showing with Majestic 4-H. And representing Wild and Country, Emily Morris.
Moving our second heat of junior showman. Going to keep two individuals back from this particular heat that we're working hard and briefly talk about a few other ones. A young lady right here in front of me with her blue butt gilt and the green kind of bow in the hair. Sorry, I'm not good with my terminology on that, but you're the next closest in my mind to catching a pin in this particular heat. You do an awesome job of keeping your gilt in front of me. Would just, again, maybe like to see just a little more eye contact and intensity out of you, young lady. But again, you did a good job of presenting your project for me today. Young lady here with the belted barrel is also very, very close to catching a pin in my mind. Again, you do a good job of staying in my peripheral vision. Maybe get a little more distant from time to time and not the same level of eye contact as those two individuals that caught pins in this class, but you two do a good job of understanding the basics, keeping that pig in front of me, giving me those different viewpoints and angles. Other individuals are out here working hard. Again, give me some of those viewpoints and angles that I'm looking for today. Just again, maybe get a little too distant, has a partner that's maybe found a corner, or you want to drive them behind me from time to time. But again, very, very good class of kids and youth out here. If you could, let's put our hands together for them as they exit. We'll move into our next class, of junior showman.
Congratulations to our second heat exhibitors. Coming back for that showmanship drive, Kaylee Stichter of the Dunellen 4-H Club. Also coming back, Carson Hamilton representing Majestic Oaks 4-H. We'll stage these two exhibitors and we'll be ready to bring back in our third heat in our junior division. Heat 3 coming now into the arena. Blaze Pinson with the Grandview 4-H Club. Also with Grandview, Willow Pinson. Weston Lewis showing with the Fort McCoy 4-Leaf 4-H. Timothy Brown with the Kendrick 4-H. Also showing with Kendrick, Ava Domini. Tinley Markham showing with Town and Country 4-H. Donnell Richardson showing with Indigo 4-H. Also representing Indigo, Camden Thornton. And Peyton Thornton as well, representing Indigo 4-H. And showing for Kendrick 4-H, Blake Hammett.
Another good class of juniors. Went and had pulled three individuals in this particular heat to come back. And just briefly want to talk about a few of the other ones. Young lady still out here driving the center portion of the ring. You were the next closest to catching a pin in this particular heat. Do a good job of giving me those different viewpoints and angles of your para. He's just wanting to be a little more stop and go for me out here today. And I just like to see him drive with a little bit more consistency. But again, you can certainly tell you've shown pigs before. You do a good job of giving me those viewpoints and angles. Just wish he'd pick up the pace a little bit more for me out here. Other young lady there on the far side with the blue butt barrel was very, very close to catching a pin as well. Did a good job of keeping her organ out in front of me throughout the duration of the drive. Just didn't see the same level of eye contact consistently as what those three individuals that caught pins in this particular heat did. But again, you two did a good job of presenting your project. Other individuals out here working hard, getting their hogs out in front of me. Just maybe have a partner that's a little more fast-paced and just doesn't want to be as consistent throughout the drive. Other individuals, again, maybe just got behind me or kind of stayed behind me as a judge. Pig wanted to find a corner and just couldn't get out of it. But again, another very, very good class of junior showmen. Let's put our hands together for each and every one of them as they exit, if you could, move into our fourth and final class of intermediate showmen.
Top three coming back out of this third heat. Tinley Markham of the Town and Country 4-H. Donnell Richardson of the Indigo 4-H. And Blake Hammett of the Kendrick 4-H. At the completion of the junior showmanship contest, we're going to be having an alumni showmanship contest. It is open to, I think, anyone that would like to show. regardless if you showed here at the Southeastern or not, there is a $20 entry fee. You have to secure your own animal to show, and that animal must be a hog. So the Hog Showmanship Alumni Contest will be right after our junior. You'll need to sign up here in the office behind the announcer's stand. $20 entry fee, and you'll need to provide your own animal. You'll need to work out a deal with one of our exhibitors to see if you can borrow their hog. Our fourth heat now coming into the arena. Kendall Wilson with the Southern Roots 4-H. Kennedy Perez with the Grandview 4-H. Lex Antoine with the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Lila Peoples with the Cracker Country 4-H. We have the Indigo Chapter or Club Pig. Jace Buchanan with Cracker Country 4-H. Natalie Vasula showing with Southern Roots 4-H. Adeline Dawson Dawson with Indigo 4-H. Jadia Graham, Indigo 4-H. Isabella Fasulis with the Southern Roots 4-H. And Selena Antoine with the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Congratulations, this is our fourth and final heat of our junior division.
Moving to our final class of juniors, and thought this was a very deep class and went ahead and pinned off 4 in this particular heat that I thought were deserving of the opportunity to come back out and compete for top 6 honors in this particular junior division. Again, thought those kids were the most consistent throughout the duration of the drive all the way as they came out into the ring in terms of their eye contact, keeping their pig in front of me, and just generally speaking, understanding those viewpoints and angles. Just again, briefly want to talk about a few others. I thought the young man with kind of the high quality chrome gill here in front of me, you do a very good job in terms of your eye contact, young man. Your gilt's just, again, wants to fight you a little bit more on your turns and passes. I just didn't see as consistent of a drive out of you as what I did with those 4 that placed up ahead of her today. Young lady with the bear here in front of me, again, very, very good in terms of giving me those viewpoints and angles. Just, again, maybe has a partner that's not as consistent. Young lady here with the Berkshire appearing hog here on the far side of the ring, very good in terms of eye contact when she gets that hog out in front of me. Again, just wants to be more distant, kind of ride the rail from time time to time. Again, very, very good class of showmen out here, kids that are having fun and enjoying working with their animals. If you could put your hands together for them as they exit, we'll resort through our top 6 here in this junior division.
Our top 3 showmen from Heat 4, Selena Antoine with the Bellevue Bald Eagles, Isabella Fasulis with Southern Roots 4-H, and this is the Indigo Club Hog. I don't know the name of that showman there. If somebody can help me and give me a name, I'd love to introduce this person from Indigo. All right, that showman from Indigo is Micah. Congratulations, Micah. Good job, buddy. All right, we're ready to bring back our top exhibitors from our junior division. Bristol Diley with Fort McCoy 4-Leaf. Holly Clooney with the Southern Roots 4-H. Winston Sapp with the Grandview 4-H. Kaylee Stickler with the Dunellen 4-H. Carson Hamilton with Majestic Oaks 4-H. Tinley Markham with the Town and Country 4-H. Donnell Richardson, Indigo 4-H. Blake Hammett with Kendrick 4-H. Micah with Indigo 4-H. Isabella Fasulis with Southern Roots 4-H. And Selena Antoine with the Bellevue Bald Eagles. Let's have a big round of applause for these junior showmen. Great job out there.
If you could, let's put our hands together for our junior showmanship exhibitors. Really deep division, quality all the way down through the line. I forget how many exactly I kept in this particular division, but each and every one of these kids does a great job of understanding the viewpoints and the basics needed out here in this particular division here. They give me those viewpoints and the angles. They've got that eye contact, and really it kind of comes down to a trio of them out here. There's been one individual, though, that from start to finish, when they came out in their particular heat, was very, very impressive, very memorable coming right out of the gate. Kind of had that hog's head carriage where it needed to be. Comes out here back in this particular division, just kind of has a partner that, although it's maybe starting to squawk just a little bit, is very, very consistent throughout the duration of the drive. Help me congratulate this young lady here to my right. She's going to be her champion junior showmanship, man. More of a decision comes between 2 and 3 in terms of what direction I want to go. I think there's 2 showmen that are very, very good and consistent in terms of their passes. One's maybe a little more focused in terms of their intensity and their eye contact and maybe gets a little more distant from time to time. The other individual, again, gives me those viewpoints and angles that I need, but again, maybe has a partner that maybe makes a little bit tighter transition. So I do think this one's close. I do think there's another one that in terms of their style has been very, very consistent all the way through this particular heat. Young lady in that green jacket there in the center portion of the ring. She'll be reserving this division. Young man here in the green jacket in front of me, you'll be third. Again, thought those were 2 very, very close kind of showmen with some trade-offs between them. Did think the longer the drive, the young man's bear just wants to fight him a little bit more, or young man's guild, excuse me, wants to fight him a little more than that young lady's does. But again, very, very good showman there. Fourth in this particular division is going to be the young lady here with the red belt bear. Again, very, very consistent throughout the duration of the drive. You get a little more distant from time to time, and your guilt wants to be a little more stop and go, but at the same standpoint, you're kind of always in front of me as I'm out here judging these. My compliments to you. Coming in next will be the young lady with the really high quality kind of chromed up gilt here in front of me. Again, very, very consistent showman. Does a good job of maintaining eye contact with me as a judge. Just has a partner that's a little bit more stop and go, but once again, wherever I turn or maneuver around this particular ring, she's right there. And coming in 6 will be the young man with the belted bear here on the far side of the ring. Out of the top 6 in the class, he's definitely the most cantankerous. He wants to ride the rail and fight a little bit more. Did think that young man was a little more consistent in pushing him and getting in front of him, or getting that bear back out and through the center portion of the ring than what some others were down the line. But again, excellent division of junior showmen. If you could, put your hands together for these kids as they exit and congratulate them on a job well done.
Congratulations to all of our intermediate, or junior rather, exhibitors. In 6th place is Blake Hammock. Blake showing with Kendrick 4-H. 5th place is Holly Clooney with the Southern Roots 4-H Club. Standing 4th today, representing Town and Country 4-H, Tinley Markham. 3rd place, showing with Majestic Oaks, is Carson Hamilton. In second place, Selena Antoine with the Bellevue Bald Eagles. And our winner, representing Southern Roots 4-H, Isabella Fasulas. So congratulations to all of our junior winners and exhibitors. And again, we say thanks to Bird's Diesel Repair for sponsoring our junior division. We now have the long-awaited and anticipated Alumni Showmanship, or as we like to refer to them, the old geezers. You'll notice many of them are probably showing out a little bit as they are able to fit into an FFA jacket that they maybe perhaps wore in years gone by. Congratulations to all of you who can still do that. We have two classes of alumni showmanship this year. Class 1, we got Brindley Sapp, Riley Winterbauer, Michaela Corwin, Shelby Peebles, Brad Bartlett, Christine Damron, Sarah Papini, Aiden Hansen, Annabelle Edwards, Jared Blackburn. Jared, you brought your own cheering section with you. That's you planned ahead. Rayleigh Lyles and Luke Blackburn. Somebody have the oxygen ready. Have a few ace bandages on standby here. We're going to let them out and see what happens here in just a moment. Also in this heat is Becky Brittnocker. Now, Becky, you're supposed to be in the second heat, so already you've got a strike against you for being in the wrong heat in here. You'll notice that our judge has asked a few of our showmanship winners to come out and assist him with this. Let's give them a round of applause out there. They're helping with this. Our three student judges, Brooke Sakuda, your senior showman champion. Wyatt Schultz, your intermediate showman champion. And Isabella Fasulas, your junior show champion out there helping. So give these three youngsters a round of applause out there. They're getting to learn and teach a little bit. You'll notice there are some different styles in this alumni showmanship. We've got some old school showmen in there showing with those old canes that were popular back a decade ago or so. We want to remind all of our alumni showmen that you are not allowed to bribe the judges.
So we've conferred. Our 3 associate judges are going to come out here. That we've been discussing this, and they're going to pick the ones that they want to pick. So we're going to have 3 callbacks here out of Class 1. So it looks like we've picked 3 callbacks. These individuals felt like, again, they were the best and most consistent in terms of eye contact, giving us those different viewpoints and angles. Again, other individuals out here working hard driving their pigs, but if you could, let's give them a nice round of applause for coming out here and participating today.
Congratulations to all of these alumni showmen. Thank you all for participating today. And we're grateful that none of you passed out during that time there. Go back and get you some Gatorade, some refreshment. The 3 that are going to be pulled back out of that first heat there, Aiden Hansen, congratulations, Aiden. Rayleigh Lyles, congratulations to Rayleigh, and Luke Blackburn. All right, we now have our second heat coming in. This is our final heat in the Alumni Showmanship Contest. Doug Watts, Brooke Counts, Delaney Faison, Evan Peebles, Sarah Beth Barber, Maggie Bartlett, Alice Hicks, Edith Cortez, Cara Jo Counts, Leslie Cook, Kelsey Hughes, A.B. Perriman, and Lainey Lyles. Our judges will pull their top selection out here for our Alumni Showmanship Grand Champion Drive.
So our associate judges, we conferred and we picked 2 out of this particular class. Felt they were, again, the most consistent in terms of eye contact and angles throughout the duration of the drive. If you could, let's put our hands together for all of our senior showmanship participants in this class. We're going to have our final drive and pick a top 3 out of our 5 callbacks between these 2 heats. Our judges have pulled 2 out of this second heat. Delaney Faison
and Laney Lyles. They'll be joined by Luke Blackburn, Rayleigh Lyles, and Aiden Hansen. And this will be for your Alumni Grand Champion Drive. Let's give this alumni group here a round of applause here. Good job. Thank y'all for coming back and being a part of the Southeastern Youth Fair. We're grateful to you.
So we've conferred, and we had the gate opened up where if you've been to a showmanship competition before and seen that done, if you cross that line, you're out of the competition. And then we had our three young judges here that all won their divisions kind of go out and follow these individuals around and try to stop them and trip them up and things of that nature, and our showmanship made it through that successfully. So we conferred over here in terms of our order, and we think all five of these individuals do a great job of presenting their projects, and there's obviously different styles and mannerisms and things of that nature, but again, we felt like there was one individual that, again, was very consistent in their heat, makes those smooth transitions and passes, has a partner that's willing to work with them out here, just kind of makes it look effortless. So our first place individual in this particular adult showmanship division is going to be the young lady right here in front of us in the blue shirt and the black jacket. She's going to start us off here today. And we thought that was a very close decision between her and our second and third place individuals. There's another individual out here we thought was very, very consistent throughout the duration of the drive. Our judges felt like maybe this partner was just a little bit more stop and go and just not quite as cooperative as what the other individual's pig was. But the young lady here in the green and white shirt, she's going to be second in this particular heat. Third's going to be the other young lady here in the green shirt in front of us. She's going to round out our top three in this particular division. Again, thought she was a very, very consistent showman from start to finish as well. Just again, had a partner who was maybe a little more stop and go than what those two individuals up ahead of her were today. But again, excellent class of senior showmen. Hats off to these individuals for coming out here and being willing to strut their stuff and hopefully not embarrass themselves too bad. And that concludes our adult showmanship competition today. If you could, once again, let's put our hands together for our three young associate judges for taking the time out of their schedule to come out here and help us.
Congratulations to our alumni showman. Winning the alumni showmanship is Aiden Henson. Congratulations, Aiden. Second place, Delaney Faison. Congratulations, Delaney. And in third place, Laney Lyles. So congratulations to all three of these showmen out here. And again, we appreciate all of our alumni exhibitors and also the owners of the animals that have allowed them to borrow them for a few moments. And it's good to see some of these folks perspire a little bit as they come out of the show ring here today. Wonderful job, everybody. Thank you so much. We've had a great showmanship. We'll see you a little later on this afternoon as we begin the market show portion of our 2026 Swine Show.